Welcome to Meditating with John Vervaeke. I am a cognitive psychologist and a cognitive scientist at the University of Toronto, where I academically teach and scientifically study mindfulness and related phenomena like insight, flow, mystical experience, transformative experience, higher states of consciousness, the cultivation of wisdom, and the aspiration towards enlightenment. I've been practicing Vipassana meditation, metta contemplation, Tai Chi Chuan, Qigong for over 29 years, and teaching them professionally for close to 20 years. If you're joining for the first time, welcome, but please know that this is a progressive course. The introductory course is done, and we are now moving on to advanced techniques that are taught every second Monday, which is our Dharma Day. If you want to catch up, please check the links in the description of this video, where you'll find links to previous lessons. You'll be able to catch up and keep going with us. Tuesdays through Fridays, we sit together at the end of every day. Monday through Friday, there's Q&A. Please keep the Q&A, these Q&A, to the ecology of practices that are being taught in this course. If you have more encompassing questions you want to ask, please come to the monthly Q&A that's live streamed on YouTube every third Friday of the month. I believe that's June 19th coming up at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. So we've done the review of Lectio Divina, and I've done also another example of it for you. And we have to do a pretty tight closing today. So let's move towards getting to the practice. If I could ask you a few things, please remember to like this video to raise its visibility on YouTube. Please make sure that you have, your posture set. You've set your phones on Do Not Disturb. And we will begin when I say begin. Begin. Slowly begin to come out of your practice, trying as best you can to integrate what you cultivated in your practice with your everyday consciousness and cognition, perhaps by reciting the 5 promises to yourself. So let's let's answer some questions. I have a question from Karima. Can you recommend a translator for the Upanishads? Um, Upanishads. I have a translation. Can't remember the name of it right now. I'll try to remember it for tomorrow, and I'll show you the translation that I found. Uh, quite good, quite good. There's a question from Liesel Van Wyck. How do we deal with guard against self-deception during inquiring mindfulness and Lectio Divina? So this is a question that I want to convey my attitude towards this accurately. This is not something I'm complaining. This is something that I'm noting because it's important. It's a question we keep coming back to. Many people ask it again and again and again. And I want to pause and valorize how important this question is. This idea of bringing the whole issue of self-deception into the heart of our practices. Now, I think so, this is deeply important. And so what we have to do then is respond to the centrality of this in a comprehensive manner. If we are looking for some introspective mark, chances are we're not going to, won't possess it, and we're not going to be able to find it. Instead, what you have to do is you have to start a comprehensive practice of trying to note self-deception in your life. So one of the things I do is a Stoic practice of journaling. At the end of every day, I learn about all the cognitive biases, all the ways in which we can fall prey to self-deception. So the cognitive biases, and then the machinery, that makes us be self-centered, self-important, self-righteous. Learn as much as I can about that in psychology, and then I try to note it throughout the day, and then I journal about it, both the positive and the negative. When I caught it, or the evidence that I probably didn't catch it, but it was affecting things in my life. And so you have to do this very reliably. You have to practice looking for self-deception. It's a skill and a sensitivity and a sense of self, therefore a virtue that has to be actively cultivated, independently of whichever specific instance you want to apply it, because it's precisely when you're in the midst of the processing that it's most difficult to cultivate the virtue of seeing through illusion, the core of wisdom. As you apply that skill, first take note if, as you're doing this of inquiring mindfulness and Lectio Divina, are they taking in your life, right? In two senses. Do you feel like they're starting to present? You're starting, the patterns that you are realizing in this practice, are they starting to affect your ability to solve problems, to step back from self-centeredness, to notice more the instances of self-deception that you're training, to be more honest with yourself and others, to be more honorable to others and to yourself. Are you noticing all of this? And as you notice this, does it take for you in other ways, in the sense of those patterns? Do you now start to spontaneously see those patterns emerging within your practice? And it's that loop of reciprocal opening, in which the independently trained skill, virtue of seeing through illusion, is reliably and systematically and systemically presencing itself. When that's forming, then you have good reason, especially you start to be able to make sense of things. And when you read other people who are on the path, and you, I get this more, I understand what they're talking about, like all of that. And especially if other people notice these virtues in you, in your life, that's how you can tell when you're on the right path, when that you're reliably, because you can never do it perfectly, but you're reliably challenging self-deception. That last point is crucial. If you set yourself the standard, the Cartesian standard of, I want perfection, I want certainty, then it's like trying to find the perfect posture in your sitting. You cannot find it, because you have the capacity to doubt anything that you bring to bear in order to alleviate your doubt. So at some point you have to engage. I'm not accusing you, Liz in particular, I'm speaking to all of us, myself included. You have to engage in the sense of, do I have a reliable sense that other people are mirroring back to me, a diversity of responsible and honorable people are, right, mirroring back to me? Do I have a reliable sense of continuity of contact with a reciprocal opening between my practice and my life? That's all we have time for today, but that was a really important question. And I'm happy to come back to that question again and again and again. We all have to learn there is a virtue to doubting. So Aristotle's idea is every virtue is between a deficit and an excess. You can not doubt enough, or you can doubt too much. But doubting for the right reason, to the right degree, at the right time, for the right purpose, that's the virtue you're trying to cultivate. So thank you all for joining. And as always, thank you to my dear friend and Techno Major Mar, my beloved son Jason. Please subscribe to this channel to be notified of the next video. On my channel, you'll find a lecture series, Awakening from the Meaning Crisis, and a discussion series, Voices with Vervaeke, where all of these topics are developed in depth and situated within a more encompassing ecology of practices, way of life, orientation towards being. Please invite others who might benefit to share this video, help as many people as I can. I'm doing this to try and be as helpful as I can. There's an excellent pleasure of doubt. Brett is often here on the chat, part of the Sangha. There's a group of people who meet on the Discord server, do the practice, get in discussion. There's excellent. They've had some, I've heard they've had some excellent discussions with people from Voices with Vervaeke, Paul Vanderklay, Greg Enriques, and people talking about all of this. This is a vibrant and vital community you want to check out. The link to the Discord server will be in the notes description for this video. Remember, we're doing this every weekday morning at 9:30 Eastern Time. Remember, continuity of practice. Remember what I was just talking about, in fact. Continuity of practice is more important than quantity. There is no enemy worse than your own mind and body. There is no friend, no true ally greater than your mind and body. Be lamps unto yourself. Take care, everyone. I'll see you tomorrow.